YouTube, my name is Danica and today I have my December wrap-up. In December I read a total of 19 books, which is pretty good. And it means that in 2013 I read 100 books, partly because of my big push at the end. So I'll show you the books I read. The first one was not that great but strangely compelling. Mortified. It's a collection of stories that are basically people's childhood diaries of really embarrassing things that they wrote as children. I liked it when I was reading little bits at a time, but then I got interested in it and read it all pretty much in one sitting, and it wasn't as good that way. Next, we get to the bulk of the books that I read in December, and that was A Series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket. There's number 13, The End. I read the entire series this month. I have been meaning to do that for a while now. I read some of them as a kid, but I never remembered how far I got up to in the series, and I remembered liking it, so I thought it would be fun to just sit down and binge read them one month, and I did it this month, and I read pretty much one of them a day. It was actually better than I remembered. I am going to put up a series review later where I'll talk about it more in depth. I also listened to the audiobook of Bossypants by Tina Fey, which I liked, but once I was listening to it I realized I must have read it before, and there was some parts that I didn't like very much. There was some parts where she was talking about her housekeeper that seemed, I don't know, racist. Tina Fey kind of rubs me the wrong way sometimes. I also read, there's a book blog I follow called Queer Books Please, and they put up a list of books that they called the lesbians in cold places genre, which are all these books, lesbian books that take place in cold places. And I thought that would be the perfect list to read in December. So around reading A Series of Unfortunate Events, I also read Fresh Tracks by Georgia Beers. I have a full review up at the Lesbrary. I actually enjoyed this book. It is 7 lesbians, 7 days, 1 cabin, and lots of lesbian drama, but pretty interesting and well written. Another one that I enjoyed more than I was expecting. And then I read a book that shouldn't even count as a book. It's called Fuck, I'm in My 20s, and it's really more of a collection of Tumblr posts, which I wasn't expecting. It's literally like a maybe 10-minute read, and it was okay, but I probably wouldn't have picked it up if I knew what it was when I got it. And then I read my second choice in the lesbians in cold places genre, which was 1222 by Anne Holt, which is a Scandinavian mystery. Again, I have a full review up at the Lesbrary. I was so excited for this book. It was supposed to be like Agatha Christie's and then there were none, and there's a lesbian protagonist who's in a wheelchair and they're all snowed into this creepy hotel. It sounded so promising. And even though the writing was good, it was not, first of all, it is not like And Then There Were None. It's nowhere near that level of bloodshed. And the main character is so actively unlikable. Not just unlikable, but actively offensive. Like, she talks about, again, her housekeeper in this really offensive way. I'm pretty sure I quoted it in my review. And just basically it seems to hate people in general. So I didn't enjoy that one as much as I was hoping. And the last book I read in December, and also the last book in the lesbians in cold places genre that I read, is The Big Bang Symphony by Lucy Jane Bledsoe, which takes place in Antarctica. And again, I have a full review up at the Lesbrary. And it was a little bit slow to start with, but I ended up really liking this book by the end. It really all comes together, and the characterization was really good. I would definitely pick up another one by her, and it was a good end to my reading year of 2013. Those were all the books I read in December. I might do another kind of general wrap-up of my 2013 reading year. Let me know if there's any of these books that you have read and what you thought of them, or anything else you want to comment, and thanks for watching.